Good day, everybody. How's it going? I'm the Tmeister, and welcome back to Arghamel. In today's episode, guys, we will be trying to fill this particular area right here. We're going to fill it up with residential, commercial, and whatever else the city desires. A couple of you have suggested moving east afterwards once we get like this entire area filled in. But I think that I don't want to ignore your suggestion, guys, because it's like really good. But I think in this case, I think we're better off expanding south, and I'll explain a little bit later why we would want to do that. But for now, let's jump right into the city here, and I'm gonna expand a little bit more north. Or how about we say, like, a lot of you have been suggesting that this city is kind of situated on the Pacific Northwest, and I actually agree with that. Like, this totally looks like a northwestern kind of topography, mountains to the east, and you have like a nice flat, like delta kind of river area to build on. So let's just pretend this is in the northwestern part of North America, maybe near like Seattle and Vancouver. I will have to like sort of change up the trees that we have around here and go for like a much more like temperate kind of setting, I guess. Go for like some more carnivorous trees. But anyways, we'll focus on that a little later. For now, let's continue building in this area over here. So I am expanding here, but a lot of what you're seeing me build here today may be demolished at some point as we make room for universities, hospitals, some bigger establishments that may want to that we may want to place down in town. So the city is in dire need of some more residential, so we're gonna take care of that, and we want to try to get to high density residential zoning. Well, I mean, it's not like a huge priority, but I want to get to high density zoning sooner rather than later, and we can actually start to build our downtown core. And a minute ago, I was just browsing through like my statistics menus here, and under education, well, yeah, we're gonna have to fix or add another elementary school here in just a second. Do we even have a university? No, we don't yet. But we do have a public library, and we are quite loaded with cash, so I'm probably gonna end up placing one of these down. How about we place it down right now, guys? What are we waiting for, really? Like, we're so rich right now, it's unbelievable. Where do we want our university? I'm sorry. Where do we want our library? Let's say right here. We'll educate these citizens over here while placing down another elementary school. I mean, this is all going to be demolished at some point anyway, so let's just place it right down here. High school, we're still doing all right. The zone radius is a little bit bigger on the high school, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh yes, we need some water over here. Can't forget that. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who does this, but I tend to follow my street layout with my pipes. Not sure why. I guess it's like a little touch of realism, I suppose. You know, because you usually won't find main water arteries under your house. They'll typically be buried under a road or under a sidewalk. Have I placed down, if I go back into my education panel, community school? I think, no, it doesn't look like we do have one of these. How much is it? See, it's only $12,000, and from what I read, this, I guess it gets your citizens educated a little quicker than if they were to go to high school or elementary school and then high school. Institute of Creative Arts. Okay, let's not go too crazy with our education buildings just yet. Okay, so I'm actually surprised. Our health is doing quite well. And for now, we'll just expand a little bit on our commercial. Oops. have some nice big commercial blocks over here. And maybe a little bit later in this episode, if I have time, I want to redo this intersection here. This is like totally not working. Luckily we have this one over here, but still, it's, yeah, I just want to redo this whole thing. Okay, so crime, we're doing good. Transport, we do not have any public transport, but we are barely even at 4,000 people, so we don't need anything like that yet. Budget-wise, I'm actually surprised. We're doing really good. From what I remember, like, it's pretty difficult to get up to this kind of money early game like we are. Oh my god, okay, what's going on over here? A lot of abandonment in our industries, but our demand is not really there, so I'm not worried about demolishing our buildings just yet. Oh wow, this building is nice. Oh, that's a community school. I thought that was a house. It is a nice building though. Nicely textured. There's grass on the roof. Paradox have really stepped up their game with these building models. Alright, so we got some zones laid down. I mean, since we have a little bit of money to burn, why not plop down an Institute of Creative Arts? What does this do anyways? A prestigious school specializing in creative arts educates teens at an alternative to a high school. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So the community school is an alternative to an elementary school, and this is an alternative to a high school. Okay. So what does this do then? Does it have a bigger capacity? Not even. I mean, 720 a week, 560. It's a little bit more expensive, but yeah, let's place one of these down. So this is quite a prestigious establishment. Maybe we can place it right by the water. Well, that is actually a really nice building. Wow. If we can get like a nice waterfront going on here in the future, I think this building could be here to stay. It's actually really nice right there. So yeah, I mean, like this, I'm kind of thinking like this area that I'm circling right here is probably going to be like the central business district. So much of what you're seeing right here is probably going to be rezoned to like, I don't know, offices or maybe some high-rise residential. We'll see how things progress, but that's kind of like the envisionment that I have. And eventually we'll have like a nice coastline here with maybe some like fishing industries or maybe like a cruise ship docking area or passenger ship. I always have the idea that it's like a cruise ship, but anyway. But right now I can't wait to get into some high density stuff and to plop down some new, bigger buildings. Alright, so we still have $40-some thousand in the bank. We're doing really well. Weekly income is at $4,000, which is good. So why don't we place down some additional buildings here to improve our citizens' health? So I think we have a child healthcare center. Yeah, we do. Or is that what that is? Yes, that is what that is. And I think what that does, it increases birth rate within the building's radius. So pretty much the entire town is within the radius. So that means that we're going to have a larger adult population quicker, and we might want to place down an elder care building once all of these older citizens need, well, once they get too old to take care of themselves. So where do we want to place this? I kind of don't want to place it over here. You know, you usually find elder care areas out in the burbs. But do we have some room? I suppose we can make some room. Way out here, but it's kind of like far away to get to. I don't want to demolish a whole neighborhood. Oh, over here is good. Yeah, this wasn't really zoned in such a way that I need to destroy a lot of buildings, so let's place that guy right down there. And that provides a nice little quiet area on the edge of town for our elder citizens, which we probably don't have much of at the time being, but it's better to be prepared. Let me check here. Where? Oh, right here is that population. Seniors, 21%. Oh, okay, we're getting up there. Mostly seniors. Yeah, as you can see, so like the first parts of town that we started a couple of episodes ago, you know, that population is starting to age quite rapidly. And I said we would plop down a seniors home at around 25%, and we're pretty close to that, so yeah, I think we did good. Oh, I never knew that this statistic was here. 31 births per week, 4 deaths per week. That's cool. Unemployment's at 4%, which is, I think, a pretty healthy rate. People employed. Okay, well, how? People employed is like half of our population, but unemployment's at 5%? Jobs available, 3,000. Huh, I guess my citizens don't really want to work. Maybe Arghamel is turning into some sort of like socialist utopian wonderland. Nobody has to work. Okay, so yeah, for the time being, let's just accelerate our time here. Plop down a couple more streets. Start to get our downtown road layout going. I can't wait to unlock this street. Like, I can't believe that the 2-lane road with grass is unlocked at such a late stage. That kind of bugs me. You would think that would be like one of the first roads available. But we'll get there pretty quick. We're at 4,400 people. Let's create some mixed zone usage right here by the water. Man, I have so many ideas for this waterfront. Like, I guarantee you guys, this is going to be such a nice part of the city. What do you guys think of this series? I've gotten a lot of sort of mixed feedback. A lot of people are saying, oh, nice, going back to the original, my old grassroots with the original game. And some of you guys are like, oh, disgusting, vanilla. I don't know, like, I think the game has come a long way since I've been playing vanilla, which was like 3 years ago. Actually, like, I started playing around with mods not too long after the game came out. I maybe made like 1 or 2 cities 100% vanilla right when the game came out. And the workshop was a thing, like, right from the get-go. So as soon as creators started making, like, I don't know, little residential buildings and little upgraded vanilla buildings, I guess, just by changing a few props here and there, I hopped right onto that and I started playing around with mods and assets and all that. So for the better part of like 5 years, I've been playing around with assets and mods. So technically, I've never really played the game without mods. But for the first year, maybe 2 years after the game had been released, there still wasn't a whole lot to offer on the workshop. Like, there wasn't any game-changing mods really to speak of at that time. So, yeah, like, even with minimal assets and things, you can't really count that as not playing vanilla. Okay, so we're getting some garbage pile up over here. Landfill usage. Yeah, we're not doing too good. with regards to that. But we have a recycling center now. Maybe we should invest in one of these. $16,000. We have plenty of cash for a recycling center. So let's place one of these down here. And we're going to need another landfill. For now, I'm going to place it on the edge of the map. This is probably going to be demolished at some point. We'll have to build another industry slash like landfill site at some point. You know, because this is probably going to be rezoned into like commercial and residential. We're going to make this entire square look really nice and luxurious, guys, at some point. Like right now, I'm just zooming by the early stages of the game, just trying to get through all like the random zoning until we can get into the fun stuff. But yeah, like I was saying a couple of minutes ago, in terms of like playing the game in vanilla, what was I saying about that again? Yeah, so like even early game, like 2016, 2017, after the couple of years after the game came out, I was still quite a bit vanilla in terms of like mods and things. I didn't experiment with too many crazy mods at the start. So I guess you could say it's been like a good 3 years since I haven't played the vanilla version of the game at all. But I'm happy to jump back into it because, like I was saying, Paradox have upped their game so much. Like they have so much new stuff to offer in City Skylines that, to me, like it kind of feels like a new game altogether, honestly. Like with all the DLCs and expansion packs. Of course, the base game remains the same. You can build a city from A to Z without even touching any of like the DLCs or anything like that. But oh, look at that. Okay, 4,800 people. We're now a busy town. So let's take a look at this. Actually, I want to take the time to actually review what we're getting ourselves into because we're starting to get into some interesting stuff. So we have some new policies. We have some new unique buildings. And we can start a sightseeing tour bus company and trolley buses. So yeah, that's pretty good. Oil industry specialization. We're probably not going to touch any of that yet. Tourism specialization. We may want to start to invest into some tourism with this being such a nice area. New policies. Okay, so a lot of these. What's Old Town? Only residents and businesses can use area for motor vehicles. Ban. Oh, okay. That's interesting. NIMBY. No loud noises in the night. Leisure specialized areas will close for the night. Reduce noise pollution caused by leisure. Oh, that's a pretty interesting idea. No rebuilding. Forbid rebuilding on lots with destroyed buildings. Lots have to be manually bulldozed to allow rebuilding. Oh, is this the thing now? Because I remember years ago, when you got an abandoned building, I think you had to manually go and destroy it. It would never sort of rebuild itself into a new building. Oh, we can start a workers' union. Yeah, a lot of interesting things, guys. I haven't played with policies at all, really, in my history of playing the game. Oh, this is great. Okay, so we have tons of new roads. We even have highways now. This is awesome. Asymmetrical 3-lane road. Is this part of the game? Since when has this been part of the base game? Like, you guys are probably laughing right now, but that just goes to show how long ago it has been since I played vanilla. Okay, yeah, so we have police headquarters. We have a whole bunch of new parks. We have some new tsunami warning, buoy. We're not really playing with disasters right now, but I don't know. We'll see if we enable those. Drive-in restaurant. Whoa, what is this? Are these unique buildings? Interesting. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is part of like the whatever you call it pack. Yeah, we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Okay, so we have high-rise office buildings, office skyscraper. Nice, nice. Have some large department stores. Yeah, so this is like part of the Japanese pack, I believe. And these are all unique buildings, which is kind of cool. We have a general hospital as well. So, unique buildings. Oh, wow. Okay, so we unlocked quite a bit here. But anyways, guys, as we progress, we'll dip into whatever the busy town has to offer. And by then, we'll probably be into the next stage. But I'm assuming we'll be here for a while, I think. Not even sure what the next stage is and when we unlock it. Is there a way to check that? Okay, so 7,000 people is the next milestone, and then we become a small city. Right on. Okay, so yeah, I have my water availability panel open. We're gonna need some more water treatment, or some water. Yeah. So we're gonna need some more water, and we're gonna need to treat more water as well. So let's see what we have here. I think a lot of these are new. Okay, so let's just go through our menu here. This is a inland water treatment plant. Extends the water service to include cities built far away from any open water sources. Okay, well that's kind of neat. I mean, we are right by the water, but I don't really like the idea of polluting the water that we are by. So Eco Water. Next we have the Eco Water Outlet. Green alternative. While the Eco Water Outlet is quite expensive, it helps to purify the water let out. Pollution is reduced, but not wholly gone. Okay, well that's better than nothing, I guess. So drainage capacity 60,000 cubic meters per week compared to this one. Oh, okay, so it's more expensive because it doesn't let as much water out. What else do we have? Eco Inland Water Treatment Plant. What's the difference between? Oh, it's an Eco Inland Water Treatment Plant. So I'm assuming this one must produce a lot of ground pollution. Yes, it does. It must. Okay, so this one produces a lot less pollution. We have some tank reservoirs. Okay, we can store some water. That might be a good idea. It's not that expensive. Pumping service. Pumping service has a fleet of vacuum trucks that are sent out where there are flooded buildings. Oh, okay, so that's not really a concern right now. Freshwater outlet. Freshwater outlet lets out excess water in the system. It can be placed on dry land, creating lakes and ponds. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, so what are we going to do? So I want to stop polluting the river, stop it from turning purple and brown, but in order to match what we're doing with this pump here, we'll have to place 2 of these, and we are quite low on water availability right now, so we would probably want to place 4. So right there we're up to $16,000, which is not really a concern, but monthly cost 480 versus 320, so it's really not that much more. Let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, I still want to place them around this area. Can we fit 2 more here? We can fit 1 more there. And I'm just gonna pause the game real quick. We'll demolish this one and place our 3rd pump in its place. And it's too bad I can't fit a 3rd one right here, unfortunately. But I think I can get rid of this old dock here. Maybe I can get rid of all 3 of them. They're not really serving any purpose. But let's plop the 4th one right here, and we'll connect them all up. I'm sorry if I'm kind of boring, guys, you know, checking out the menus and everything and like reading what everything does. You guys probably already know all of that stuff. But yeah, it's all news to me. Okay, so we are treating some more water. It's probably gonna update itself. Oh, what? Whoa! What's going on here? Maybe they just haven't... Okay, there we go. It took a second for that thing to refresh. And I think I just for the fun of it, I want to place an inland water treatment plant. I think I might actually go for the eco version of it. So what's the drainage capacity? So this one is 120,000 cubic meters, while this one is half that, while literally like almost twice the price. But it's not that much more expensive weekly, so that's not really a big deal. Do we want to place this near industry? Why is this all black, this zonage here? Inactive. I don't know, let's go for it, guys. Let's see what this does. Place this down right here. We'll connect it up, just like that. And there we go. Now, what we should probably do as well, I'm gonna place down a couple of other water pumps. These are fairly cheap, so I don't really care about that, as long as we have enough water for our citizens. But the important thing that I want to place down now, guys, is a tank reservoir, so we can save the excess water that's being pumped into the city. So it'll buy us a little bit more time in the event that we run out of water, or I don't know, if something else were to happen. This guy, we probably want to place him far away from any sort of ground pollution. I'm not sure if that would have an effect on this building, but anyways, we'll connect this guy up. There we are. And there you have it, a complete water system that is fully functional. We'll just have to wait a little while for this water to clean up, as it's quite polluted and it's made its way all the way to the other side of this land here. But oh well, that's just how it is, guys. You know, when you're a small little town, you can't really afford any eco alternatives, so you're forced to use some old methods that just wreak havoc on the environment. But that's all right, guys. We're slowly moving our way away from those technologies, and we'll be a fully green city before you know it. And we're actually quite rich, like $80,000 in the bank. We're doing pretty good, guys. I'm not sure why we're doing really good, honestly. Like, I remember this game being much harder than this when I was playing vanilla. I actually like our street layout the way it is. This is kind of cool. We have like a hybrid grid pattern going on here. Kind of interesting. And I guess we could say that, you know, this highway was bulldozed right through these neighborhoods. One thing that I'm gonna miss out on, guys, that I didn't really think of when starting this series is because our highway layout is already built, it kind of takes away the challenge of planning and building highways, just like it is in real life, right? Like, if you have a city and you want to build highways, a lot of politics and a lot of decision making needs to happen before you start tearing through neighborhoods to build a big old highway. This challenge will take away from that experience, but yeah, I don't know, we'll probably run into some similar situations as we move along in this project. But anyways, guys, we're just about at the half-hour mark. I'm gonna wrap up the episode right here. We actually did quite a bit of progress, not so much as in population, but you know, we zoned further north. I didn't quite complete like this entire zone like I anticipated, but I got to know all the new water pumping features that the game has now. Like way back 2-3 years ago, none of this was here. Like you had just the basic water pumps and outlets. That was it. But yeah, holy crap, how expensive is this? 100,000. Oh. So yeah, it's kind of fun to like start playing vanilla again, guys, and getting to know all like the new little quirks and stuff that are included in the game now. So yeah, so this is it for today, guys. And yeah, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing to the channel for many more videos just like these to come out. Also check out the Patreon page if you want another means of supporting the channel. And that is all I have to say, guys, so until the next episode, please take care.